The day humans learned to stop TME, it began with a simple, desperate problem. Food was dying faster than people could eat it. In the heat of summer, milk spoiled within hours, meat rotted by the next day. Fruits collapsed into sweetness and decay almost as quickly as they were picked. For most of human history, survival was a race against time, and time was winning. But then, in a series of quiet experiments, bold ideas, and accidental breakthroughs across continents, humanity did something extraordinary. We learned how to slow decay itself. This is the story of the refrigerator, the invention that didn't just preserve food, but reshaped civilization. Before cold, a world controlled by decay, long before electricity, before machines, before science understood molecules and heat, people already knew one thing. Cold preserves life. In ancient civilizations, from China to Egypt and Rome, people harvested ice from mountains and stored it underground. These early ice houses were the first primitive refrigerators. Food was buried in snow, stored in caves, or submerged in cold water. Salting, drying, smoking, and fermenting became essential survival techniques. Without these methods, entire populations could starve. But these methods had limits. They changed the taste of food. They couldn't preserve everything. They depended on geography and season. The dream was clear. What if cold could be created anywhere, anytime? The first idea of artificial cold, the first real breakthrough, came not from a chef or farmer, but from a scientist. In 1748, a Scottish physician named William Cullen demonstrated something revolutionary at the University of Glasgow. He showed that when certain liquids evaporate, they absorb heat and create cooling. It was the first scientific proof that artificial refrigeration was possible. But Cullen never built a practical machine. The idea was born, but the world wasn't ready yet. The first refrigerator is decided nearly 50 years later. An American inventor named Oliver Evans took Cullen's idea further. In 1805, Evans designed the first refrigeration machine using vapor instead of ice. His design used a cycle of evaporation and condensation, the same principle modern refrigerators use today. But there was one problem. He never built it. His idea remained only on paper. The first working refrigerator ***. The real breakthrough came in 1834. When Jacob Perkins, working in London, built the first working vapor compression refrigerator. This was the first true refrigerator in history. It worked by compressing gas, cooling it into liquid, letting it evaporate to absorb heat. The cycle repeated again and again, creating continuous cooling. Perkins is now known as the father of refrigeration. Why was the refrigerator invented? The invention wasn't just curiosity, it was necessity. In the 19th century, cities were growing rapidly. Food had to travel longer distances. Diseases from spoiled food were common. Doctors and scientists realized something critical. Controlling temperature could save lives. One such figure was John Gorey, who in the 1840s developed a cooling system to treat patients suffering from tropical diseases in Florida. He wanted to cool hospital rooms, and in doing so, he advanced refrigeration technology. What did the first refrigerator look like? The first refrigerators were nothing like today's sleek machines. They were large, heavy metal boxes powered by steam or manual systems, often dangerous due to toxic gases like ammonia. They had pipes, valves, and compressors exposed. They were loud. They were expensive, and they were used mostly in factories, breweries, meatpacking plants. Homes would have to wait. What is a refrigerator made of? At its core, a refrigerator is a system of four main components. Compressor squeezes refrigerant gas. Condenser coils release heat. Expansion valve reduces pressure. Evaporator coils absorb heat. Cooling the inside. Modern fridges also include insulation to keep cold air inside, refrigerant chemicals like HFCs, thermostats and sensors, electric motors. HODU is a refrigerator made. The process involves building the outer cabinet, metal, plastic, installing insulation, usually foam, fitting compressor and coils, sealing refrigerant system, adding electrical components, testing for leaks and efficiency. Factories today produce millions of refrigerators annually using automated systems. Life before refrigerator and before fridges. People relied on Ice delivery, in cities like New York City and London, root cellars drying and salting, the ice trade was a massive global industry. Ice was shipped from New England to as far as India, but it was unreliable and seasonal. Food safety remained a constant threat. The modern arrival owned by the early 20th century. Refrigerators entered homes. Companies like General Electric and Frigidaire began mass production. Electric refrigerators replaced ICEBOXES. Now, families could store food for days or weeks, reduce waste, eat more diverse diets. The kitchen was transformed forever. How refrigeration changed the impact was enormous. Cullen 1. Urbanization cities could grow without relying on local farms. 2. Global trade food could travel across continents. 3. Medicine vaccines and medicines could be preserved. 4. Lifestyle people could plan meals, store leftovers, and reduce daily shopping. Refrigeration became invisible, but essential. Modern uses of a refrigeration today. Refrigeration is everywhere. Homes, food storage, hospitals, vaccines, blood supermarkets, data centers, cooling servers, space missions, even the internet depends on cooling systems. Positive IMPCS refrigeration has reduced food waste, prevented disease, enabled global food systems, improved nutrition. It has literally saved millions of lives. Negative IMPCS, but it comes at a cost. Environmental damage. Refrigerants like CFCs contributed to ozone depletion. Energy consumption. Fridges run 24/7. Consuming electricity. Food overproduction easy. Storage leads to excess and waste. Dependency. Modern life cannot function without it. The future of our refrigeration. The future is already taking shape. Solar-powered refrigerators, smart fridges with AI. Eco-friendly refrigerants, portable cooling for remote areas. Scientists are even exploring magnetic refrigeration, which could eliminate harmful gases entirely. The invention that froze the refrigerator didn't arrive in a single moment. It was built piece by thinkers, dreamers, and problem solvers across centuries, from William Cullen's early experiments to Jacob Perkins' first machine to the global systems we rely on today. Refrigeration became more than a technology. It became a foundation of modern life. Today, when you open your fridge, you're not just looking at food. You're looking at a victory over nature's most relentless force: time.